Gentlemen, what if I told you that one tiny change to your morning eggs could bring back the kind of rock-hard erections you thought were gone forever? Imagine being 70, 75, even 80 years old, and still waking up with the power and vitality you had in your youth. I know that sounds almost unbelievable, but stay with me because the science is undeniable and the results are life-changing. My name is Dr. Mohit Khera. I'm a board-certified urologist, and for more than 3 decades, I've devoted my life to helping men just like you restore their confidence, their energy, and their intimate strength. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond reclaim their manhood not with drugs or surgery, but with natural, strategic choices that work with the body instead of against it. Here's the paradox. We've been told that aging inevitably means losing testosterone, losing erections, and losing intimacy. But research shows that the right foods can literally switch those systems back on. The strange truth is that the very cholesterol you've been told to fear, the nutrients hiding in your breakfast, can become the spark that reignites your masculinity when combined with one surprising addition. And that's my promise to you today. I'm going to show you exactly what to add to your eggs each morning to naturally boost testosterone, restore blood flow, and revive erections even if you are 80 years old. No pills, no prescriptions, just real results you can feel. In just a moment, I'll reveal this overlooked ingredient and how to use it step by step. Once you learn this, your breakfast will never be the same, and neither will your confidence as a man. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a health tip designed just for men like you. And if this message speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so I know how to serve you better. Now let's get right into the heart of the matter. To truly understand how to bring erections back, even in your 70s or 80s, we first need to uncover why they fade in the first place. Because once you know the real reasons, the solutions suddenly become crystal clear. 1. Why erections fade with age. As men grow older, many quietly accept fading erections as an unavoidable part of life. I've had countless patients sit across from me, shoulders heavy, voices lowered, telling me they feel less like themselves because intimacy doesn't work the way it once did. And I want you to know, I understand that pain. It's not just about performance in the bedroom, it's about confidence, masculinity, and the deep sense of connection with the person you love. The truth is, erections don't simply vanish because of age. They weaken because 3 key systems begin to falter. Hormones like testosterone decline year after year. Blood vessels that once carried strong, steady flow to the penis begin to stiffen and narrow. Nerves that once fired quickly start to lose their sharpness. Add in the weight of medications, stress, or poor diet, and suddenly what was once automatic becomes a struggle. But here's what most men never hear. The body does not forget how to respond. Even at 70 or 80, when you give your body the right tools, those systems can awaken again. And the foundation of that process, believe it or not, begins with something as simple as the food you put on your plate each morning. So let's look at why eggs are the perfect starting point. 2. Why eggs are the perfect foundation. Over the years, eggs have been unfairly labeled as dangerous, and many men your age have avoided them out of fear. I remember one patient in his late 60s who told me he hadn't touched a whole egg in 20 years because he thought cholesterol would ruin his heart. Yet when I encouraged him to bring eggs back into his diet, his energy returned, his strength improved, and his hormone levels began to climb. That's when he realized eggs were not the enemy, but a gift he had overlooked. You see, cholesterol is not a villain. It is the very building block of testosterone. Without it, your body cannot create the hormone that fuels desire, strength, and vitality. Add to that the vitamin D3 inside the yolk, the protein that preserves your muscle, and minerals like zinc and selenium, and you have what I call nature's hormone multivitamin wrapped in a shell. Eggs are more than breakfast. They are a direct message to your body to keep producing testosterone, to keep you strong and alive. But here's the challenge. As you age, your body struggles to convert these raw materials into testosterone efficiently. That's why adding the right partner ingredient to eggs can change everything. Let's begin with one of the most surprising, raw garlic. 3. The first edition, raw garlic. When I first mention garlic to my patients, many laugh and shake their heads. They imagine the strong smell, the sharp bite on the tongue, and they say, "Doctor, you can't be serious." But I am. I've watched men in their 70s bring back morning erections simply by adding 2 small cloves of garlic to their daily eggs. It's not magic, it's science, and it's powerful. When garlic is crushed and allowed to sit for 10 minutes, it creates a compound called allicin. This natural chemical has been shown to raise testosterone while lowering cortisol, the stress hormone that quietly sabotages a man's vitality. What's more, garlic helps your body use the cholesterol and minerals in eggs more effectively, turning them into the very hormones your body needs. It's as if garlic unlocks the door, allowing your eggs to do the job they were meant to do. I know the taste can be strong, but the residual heat from cooked eggs softens the bite, and olive oil with a squeeze of lemon can transform it into something surprisingly pleasant. And when you realize that such a small habit can restore your manhood, the taste becomes the least of your concerns. Now, garlic is only the beginning. The next edition is not just a booster, it's a nut so powerful for testosterone that eating only 2 of them a day can change your life. Let's talk about Brazil nuts. 4. The second edition, Brazil nuts. I will never forget an older gentleman, 72 years old, who came to see me feeling defeated. His energy was low, his desire fading, and he admitted that intimacy had almost disappeared from his marriage. I asked him a simple question. "Do you ever eat Brazil nuts?" He looked at me puzzled, not knowing that those 2 small nuts could hold the key to turning his situation around. Brazil nuts are the richest natural source of selenium, a mineral your testicles depend on to produce healthy sperm and optimal testosterone. Just 2 nuts a day provide the perfect amount your body needs, not more, not less. And when selenium levels rise, testosterone follows, often bringing back not only stronger erections but also a renewed sense of vitality. Many of my patients are astonished that something so small can create such a noticeable change in how they feel. The beauty is that Brazil nuts combine perfectly with eggs. Sprinkle them crushed over scrambled eggs or enjoy them on the side, and you'll be giving your body a message: keep producing, keep fighting, keep living. And while nuts may sound powerful, the next edition has been called the cure for everything except death. Let's explore the remarkable power of black seed oil. 5. The third edition, black seed oil. There is an old saying from the Middle East that black seed oil is the cure for everything but death. At first, I dismissed it as exaggeration until I began seeing the research and, more importantly, the results in my own patients. One man in his late 60s came to me exhausted, frustrated by fading erections, and skeptical of anything natural. I suggested he try just a teaspoon of cold-pressed black seed oil drizzled over his morning eggs. 3 months later, he returned with a smile I hadn't seen before. His energy had returned, his wife noticed the difference, and his blood tests showed testosterone levels rising again. Black seed oil contains a compound called thymoquinone, which not only boosts testosterone production, but also calms the silent inflammation inside the testicles that so often blocks hormone output in older men. It also improves insulin sensitivity, which is vital because insulin resistance is one of the hidden killers of testosterone. The taste can be a little strong, but it blends surprisingly well with eggs, and you can mix it with olive oil if needed. What matters most is the life it can breathe back into your body. And while black seed oil is powerful, the next edition comes straight from your spice rack, and when combined correctly, it becomes a hormone weapon like no other. Let's talk about turmeric and black pepper. 6. The fourth edition, turmeric and black pepper. I remember a patient in his 70s who told me he felt like his body was betraying him. His energy was gone, his mood was low, and intimacy had become rare. When we added turmeric and black pepper to his daily eggs, within weeks he told me he felt lighter, clearer, and surprisingly more alive. It wasn't just in his head. His blood work confirmed rising testosterone and better balance in his hormones. Turmeric contains curcumin, a compound shown to increase testosterone while blocking aromatase, the enzyme that turns testosterone into estrogen. On its own, curcumin is powerful but not easily absorbed. That's where black pepper comes in. Piperine, the active compound in black pepper, increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Together, they form a team that not only supports testosterone, but also fights inflammation, protects the heart, and keeps your body younger from the inside out. Sprinkle a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric and a generous amount of freshly ground black pepper into your eggs as they cook. The heat activates their potency, and the healthy fats in eggs carry the compounds where they need to go. And while this golden combination is remarkable, the next addition is unexpected, sweet, delicious, and capable of protecting your testosterone in ways most men never imagine. Let's uncover the secret of raw honey and Ceylon cinnamon. 7. The 5th addition, raw honey and Ceylon cinnamon. One of my favorite memories is of an older couple who came to see me together. The husband was in his late 70s, and his wife sat beside him, holding his hand. He confessed that his energy was fading and their intimacy had grown quiet. I recommended something he never expected, adding a drizzle of raw honey and a sprinkle of true Ceylon cinnamon to his morning eggs. A month later, they returned, and his wife leaned over and whispered, "Doctor, he's a new man." The sparkle in her eyes told me everything. Raw honey is more than sweetness. It contains natural compounds like chrysin and boron that prevent testosterone from being converted into estrogen, protecting the very hormone men desperately need as they age. Ceylon cinnamon, not the common cassia found in most supermarkets, improves insulin sensitivity and blood flow, two critical factors for strong, lasting erections. When combined, these two simple ingredients create a powerful effect on energy, mood, and performance. Mix 1 teaspoon of raw honey with half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon and drizzle it over your eggs after cooking. It not only enhances the flavor, but also turns your breakfast into a tool for vitality. And while these additions are extraordinary on their own, the real power comes when you bring them together in a simple, step-by-step routine. Let's talk about how to build this ritual into your life. 8. Building the ritual, step by step. One of the biggest mistakes men make is trying to change everything at once. I've seen it many times. An older gentleman gets excited, loads up his eggs with garlic, nuts, oil, spices, and honey on the very first day, and by the end of the week, he feels overwhelmed and gives up. That's why I always encourage my patients to build this ritual gradually, with patience and consistency, so the body has time to adjust and the habit has time to stick. In the first week, start with just garlic. Get used to the taste, notice how your energy feels, and give your body a chance to respond. In the second week, add 2 Brazil nuts to the mix. By week 3, drizzle in the black seed oil, and you may already start noticing a real shift, morning erections returning, energy staying steady throughout the day. By week 4, add turmeric and black pepper as you cook the eggs, turning them golden and powerful. And in week 5, for variety and enjoyment, top your breakfast with raw honey and Ceylon cinnamon. This gradual build creates a rhythm that feels natural, not forced. And once the habit forms, it becomes second nature, like brushing your teeth. But here's where it gets even more exciting. When you bring all of these steps together into one ultimate breakfast, the results can be life-changing. Let's talk about that powerful combination. 9. The ultimate testosterone breakfast. There's something powerful about having a morning ritual you can count on. I've had men tell me that just the act of preparing this breakfast each day makes them feel stronger, more in control, and more connected to their health. One man in his late 60s described it as building my masculinity back one bite at a time. And I could see it in his posture, his energy, even the way he spoke. He felt alive again. Here's how I recommend bringing it all together. Scramble 3 whole eggs in a pan with a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric and a generous grinding of black pepper. As the eggs finish cooking, fold in 2 cloves of garlic that have been crushed and left to sit for 10 minutes. Sprinkle 2 finely chopped Brazil nuts over the top, and finish with a drizzle of cold-pressed black seed oil. If you want to add variety, mix raw honey with Ceylon cinnamon and drizzle lightly for a warm, sweet balance. This simple plate may not look like medicine, but it works on your hormones, your blood flow, and your energy more effectively than most pills ever could. When you commit to this breakfast 5 days a week, your body begins to change in ways you can feel. And while the taste is rich and satisfying, I know many men worry about one very real challenge: garlic breath. So let's talk about how to handle that with ease. 10. Solving the garlic breath problem. The moment I mention eating raw garlic every day, men often chuckle and say, "Doc, my wife will never let me get close." I understand. Garlic is powerful, but so is the odor it can leave behind. I remember one patient, 70 years old, who was nervous to even try it because he didn't want to smell unpleasant at work or around his grandchildren. What he discovered is that with a few smart habits, garlic breath doesn't have to stand in the way of better health or intimacy. First, eat your garlic early in the morning with your eggs. The compounds that cause odor naturally fade throughout the day, and by evening most men notice it's barely detectable. Second, drink plenty of water to help your body flush those compounds more quickly. Fresh parsley, cilantro, or even a few chlorophyll mints can neutralize the smell almost instantly. One of my patients swears by a simple cup of green tea after breakfast, which not only freshens the breath, but also adds its own benefits for testosterone and circulation. The truth is, garlic breath is temporary, but the benefits for your manhood are lasting. Don't let fear of smell keep you from reclaiming your vitality. And while managing garlic is easy, many men ask me the next big question: how much does this daily routine really cost compared to medications and therapy? The answer may surprise you. 11. Cost and benefits. Whenever I share this protocol, men often lean back in their chairs and ask, "All right, doc, but what's it going to cost me?" And I can't blame them. Many of my patients have spent thousands of dollars on pills, injections, and therapies that gave them temporary results at best. I've seen the frustration in their eyes when expensive treatments didn't deliver what they promised. That's why this approach feels so different. It's simple, affordable, and rooted in real food. Let's break it down. A few eggs cost less than $1. Garlic is pennies a clove. 2 Brazil nuts run about 50 cents. A teaspoon of high-quality black seed oil is around $1, and the spices, turmeric, black pepper, and cinnamon, are practically negligible. Even if you add raw honey, the total comes out to roughly $3 to $4 a day. Compare that with testosterone replacement therapy, which can run $200 to $500 a month, or erectile dysfunction medications, which can be $30 to $60 per pill. And that doesn't even begin to account for the hidden costs of low energy, lost confidence, and strained relationships. With this routine, you're not renting your manhood from a pharmacy. You're investing in your body's natural strength. And while the price is encouraging, the real payoff is something money can't buy: the chance to feel like yourself again. That's where I want to leave you, with a final truth that every man over 60 needs to hear. 12. Closing. Inspire and call to action. Gentlemen, we've walked through why erections fade, why eggs are the perfect foundation, and how simple additions like garlic, Brazil nuts, black seed oil, turmeric, and even honey with cinnamon can awaken your body's natural ability to produce testosterone. I've shared stories of men in their 60s, 70s, and 80s who thought their best days were behind them, only to discover that with the right foods, their strength, energy, and intimacy returned. This isn't theory. It's what I've seen in my practice and what science continues to confirm. It's about using real food, not prescriptions, to reclaim vitality. And it's about proving to yourself that age does not have to define your manhood. So tomorrow morning, make the choice. Start with eggs and garlic. Build slowly, stay consistent, and watch your life change. Even at 80, your body can rise again.